I'm trying to imagine like the setup that you had. Like, were you going like under your bed, or what was the story there?
What, just now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to reach under I had to get off the bed, go on the floor, go under my bed, grab this thing that I have in there that's like from IKEA that just like holds shit, pull out the microphone, get back onto the bed, and then plug things in, and all the wires were getting everywhere, and I hated it, and I wanted to die.
Oh, fuck me. Look at that. The trials and tribulations of the podcaster.
I know, right? The struggle. Okay, so anyway.
So welcome to episode 14 of Stuck in the Middle with You, a podcast where two guys take a look at a critically divisive film and see on what side of the consensus they fall on. My name is Derek Gade, and my friend and collaborator broadcasting live, well, not really live, from Miami, Florida, is the one and only Juan Barraquin. Say hi, Juan.
The one and only. Yeah, that's me. Hi.
See, that's 2 weeks in a row you're like fake surprised that I refer to you as such.
I didn't remember if it was last time or like the time before that. I feel like I do it often enough.
Well, you've done it twice in a row now, so.
Congratulations to me.
Yeah, achievement unlocked, narcissism.
Sweet. Speaking of narcissism, our film today mildly deals with that.
You stole my joke.
Did I?
Kind of.
Really?
I was going to go with speaking of sweet.
Oh, well, speaking of sweet, speaking of narcissism, speaking of crippling social anxiety, speaking of everything that creates me as a human being, here's Antichrist.
Speaking of everything that composes one as a human being, including genital mutilation and psychological...
I was really hoping you would say including genital mutilation.
And psychological trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie we covered this week is Antichrist, directed by Lars von Trier, released in 2009. Now, I should say right at the top of the show, that I did not finish Antichrist. I tapped out at the 72-minute mark because there's some shit I don't need in my life, and genital mutilation is one of them.
I see.
But I did watch most of the movie.
Did you now?
Yeah, I did. That's what I literally just said. It's almost as if you don't pay attention to what I say.
I know. I don't care.
You're such a bastard.
I know. Whatever. It's you could have just watched the Catholic version of the movie.
I could have watched... I thought that was the Catholic... No, the Catholic version was the cut version, right?
Yeah.
I could have done that.
The Protestant version is the uncut.
What I did, though, is usually what I do with extreme movies that I don't want to engage with, is I go and I find the most detailed synopsis possible, and I read it. And it gets basically the same effect from me.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does, because I don't need to see the image to know what the image does to me. Well, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Juan, what the fucking shit is Antichrist about?
Actually, Derek, I don't think that Antichrist can be summarized easily in such a manner, but
oh my god.
Essentially, I'm putting on my pretentious.
Let me just open a parenthesis.
My pretentious
here.
glasses.
Let me just open a parenthesis here and say that Juan, I think that is the most pretentious, asshole-ish thing you have said on this podcast.
I'm
Continue.
so fucking glad. Anyway, whatever. Essentially, Antichrist is split into 6 parts. There's a prologue, an epilogue, and 4 chapters. The first is the prologue, which is essentially just this really lush, gorgeous, fucking perfect black and white
Interesting
scene.
that you say fucking.
Yes, I know.
Hardcore up-close penetration.
Yeah. Essentially, him and her, or she and he,
played by Charlotte Gainsbourg and Willem Dafoe.
Yes, they have no names, are having sex, lots and lots and lots of sex, passionately, and their child, Nick, who is the only named character in the movie, essentially just plops on out of... Or technically he's not the only named character, because the cabin in the woods is named Eden, and then you have the
Jesus
three...
Christ.
No, it's true. No, I would argue.
I know it's named that. The fact that it's called Eden.
No, I would argue. Whatever. Okay. We're not yet. We're not gonna get it. And then there's grief, pain, and despair. But whatever. So Nick falls to his death.
Yeah, Nick is a toddler. Nick is a kid. A wee bab. This whole intro sequence, kind of in a nutshell, at least to me, represents everything that is beautiful and frustrating with the cinema of Lars von Trier.
Does it now?
Allow me to elaborate.
Feel free.
Lars von Trier is a great filmmaker.
He is.
He's a great image maker. He has a knack for staging, sound, and it's really weird because I feel like the whole Dogma thing was like a deliberate attempt to sort of put spokes in his own wheels to see how he could work without his own strengths.
Mm-hmm.
But in the post-Dogma stuff, very lush, great use of slow motion, very painterly visuals, and like an adolescent fascination for button pushing or edge.
Oh my God, you and your fucking adolescent. I'm so fucking sick of hearing you say that word.
I don't want to say it's like faux edginess because
it's not faux edginess.
I was literally saying that I don't want to call it that.
But you do want to call it that.
No.
Because I know you.
I'm going to call it something else.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try to bring
nuance. Call it button pushing regardless.
No, I'm going to try to bring nuance and subtlety to what I meant to say, which is something that Lars von Trier is not good at doing. Hey-o!
He doesn't need nuance and subtlety. There is a lot of whatever. Okay, we're not gonna.
So I think that there's a kind of self-sabotage going on here.
Is there now?
That's like sort of a central push and pull in a lot of Lars von Trier's movies. Sometimes
you just drop the microphone or something. It sounded like an empty cup.
That's because my.
Are you gonna do Anna Kendrick's cups? Are you gonna cup it up for us?
I don't know what the hell that is.
Is that gonna be easier for you? Do a little pitch perfect, some lighthearted fun.
You're talking to me about liking lighthearted fun like I'm a giant baby, and I don't appreciate the condescending tone.
I need to be an antagonistic piece of shit right now. I am so annoyed with you.
As I was saying,
go on.
This sort of push-pull between like beauty and button pushing lies at the heart of the cinema of Lars von Trier. Sometimes the beauty side wins. Sometimes in a movie like Breaking the Waves or Melancholia, the beauty wins. Sometimes the button pushing wins, and that's when I'm less interested in his movies. This happens to be the case now, kind of. I feel hesitant to say anything definitive about this movie because I didn't finish it.
Exactly.
It was a DNF. But
the thing is, you didn't see the button pushing aspect of it.
Here's the thing where you get kind of ontological and metaphysical about imagery in cinema. You want to be pretentious? Let's get fucking high-minded here. Okay?
Oh my God, this is gonna be like the most like simultaneously intellectual / angry and antagonistic discussion we've ever had.
This is either gonna be the best or worst or last episode of Stuck in the Middle with You.
Nobody listens.
From an ontological, sort of metaphysical point of view, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know the imagery that makes up the 20 minutes or so of the film that I didn't see. Okay?
Okay.
Since I have a mind and I can conceptualize and I can think and feel, I can sort of transpose what I would think of that without having seen it because I've got all this context.
I see.
Right? So I did not see Willem Dafoe's testicles get crushed with a block of wood. I did not see Charlotte Gainsbourg bore a hole through Willem Dafoe's leg and chain him outside. Nor did I see Charlotte Gainsbourg take a rusty pair of scissors to her clitoris and remove it from her body. But I don't need to see that to know, A, how I would feel about seeing it, and B, how it would fit in context with the rest of the film.
I disagree. I kindly disagree.
You kindly disagree?
Yes. I'm being nice, and kindly disagreeing.
Do you have like a counterpoint though?
Nothing. I think it needs to be seen to be wholly experienced.
No. To be wholly experienced, sure. In that I didn't watch the whole thing through credits, yeah. But I think,
I don't know, there's something about the way you receive a movie that changes entirely when you miss a very grand portion of, because I know you don't think it's a ton, but it is a ton of a movie. It's really, like, it's just really, really brilliant watching these moments unfold regardless of how fucked up they are.
Here's the thing, though. The film is both a literal and figurative journey to the heart of grief, right? To the heart of...
Is it?
It's this entanglement of sex and grief and guilt and a lot of negative emotions, because I think it's a pretty known fact that von Trier was in a pretty bad place when he wrote this movie, right?
Yes.
The movie, and I think this is true of a lot of Lars von Trier's movies, because more than a lot of directors, the idea... I remember in episode 1 where I talked about the idea of Tom Cruise and how that affects movies with him in it. The idea of Lars von Trier is always there when I'm watching one of his movies. And almost to a T, when I'm watching his movies, it's like a sadistic tour guide. Now allow me to explain this weird metaphor.
Sadistic tour guide.
Yes, allow me to explain this strange metaphor that I've chosen to use. Every movie directed by Lars von Trier is basically old Larsy boy going, I would like to welcome you into this world. Follow me into this world of depravity and sadness and soul-crushing emptiness. This is the first movie where the line in the sand, or my line in the sand, was crossed. And I told Lars, I'm sorry, you win. You can finish this one without me. I'm good. I don't need this shit in my life. If I am the bourgeois person to be shocked, consider me both bourgeois and shocked. I don't need this. You take the W, I tap out. Ring the bell.
I see. Meanwhile, this was my, 6th time watching this movie, probably. I think it's by far one of my absolute favorites of his works.
Of the ones that I've seen, it's mid-tier. But again, I don't want to make any final pronouncements on this film because I didn't finish it. I was talking to Juan off mic earlier. I said this kind of felt like a dry run for me, at least for Melancholia, which I feel has a lot of the same themes and look and feel and relationships, but I think with a greater sense of elegance to it, like a more firm idea of what it wants to do, a more sort of unified, cogent thing about it.
See, this is I was getting very angry with Derek about this earlier because I think that's such a, I don't want to say it's a stupid thing to say.
My God.
But it's a fucking stupid thing to say, Derek. They are yes, they have very, very clear thematic overlapping.
Yes. Part of the so-called Depression trilogy.
Yeah, which I feel strange when people include Nymphomaniac in it, but...
You need 3 movies to make a trilogy, man.
In fairness, I didn't finish watching Nymphomaniac.
Neither did I.
Neither one of us has seen part 2 of Nymphomaniac.
Well, you know how that feeling that I'm sure you got, same as me, you felt burnt out on the idea of this movie. It's just, yes, I get it, Lars. I get the idea. I know where you're going with this. Yes. I don't want to follow you down this road anymore.
Yeah.
That's the same fucking thing.
I get it. I know. Eventually, I know I will watch both parts of the extended director's cut nonsense.
It's a 4-hour fucking movie.
I know, Derek, but I want to do it anyway just to, I don't know, feel like I'm doing something, I guess. I don't know.
There are tens of thousands of movies out there, man.
Yeah, but whatever. Anyway, I think calling Antichrist a dry run of Melancholia is so limited considering there's such completely different explorations of human beings just because they follow the same grieving and depression, like thematically speaking,
It's
doesn't
not just
mean
thematic, though. It's also in terms of look. Those grandiose dark tableaus of nature.
But in terms of look, I mean, arguably, Nymphomaniac has some similar ties, although very different, because it also takes it another step further and experiments a little more with the way he plays with filmmaking, I guess. I don't know.
The thing with Nymphomaniac, at least Nymphomaniac Part 1, is that there is a definite playfulness in form.
Yes.
That you could argue was there in Antichrist, but it didn't feel playful.
But that's the thing. It
felt like a means to an end.
Yeah, but I don't think. Yeah, I mean, like you say, it's not meant to be playful at all. I don't think anything about his presentation in either Antichrist or Melancholia is supposed to be playful. I think they're essentially. I'd see that's why I don't consider this set like a trilogy. I think it's just a beautiful it's a pairing.
I think the word you're looking for is duology.
Yeah, duo, but whatever. I think it's a perfect. I think Melancholia and Antichrist are a perfect pair because of that singular vision in presentation, and also I think that the way that he explores grief in Antichrist is it's really fascinating because I don't know how to explain what I want to get to with this. I don't know how to
talk through it, man. It's a podcast.
That's true. You after watching it 6 fucking times, there's so many little pieces of it that I just sit there thinking okay, but what if she's not actually experiencing grief at any point? What if she is just forcing herself and or being forced by others to go through the motions of what we think a woman should go through in the grieving of her dead child? Because honestly,
but then the movie falls apart at that point because she already doesn't.
What do you mean she already doesn't?
Well, this is teased early in the movie when she says that a doctor says that she has an abnormal grief cycle or whatever.
That she has an. Wayne says my grief pattern is atypical. I wrote down that quote because I thought it was hilarious. But I also I don't think that she is I don't know. Sometimes when I watch this movie, I think yes, she is grieving, but at the same time, I don't sometimes when I watch it, I think no, this was I think she wanted her son to die.
I think
and there's a lot of beats that this. Oh, I feel we should clarify a little more on the movie. I feel I assume nobody listening to this has not seen Antichrist, but at the same time,
I recommend reading the Wikipedia summary for it because if anything, it is detailed as shit.
Yeah, I guess pause here and read that if you aren't caught up with the movie.
Anything that isn't important isn't mentioned. Everything that's important is there.
Yeah, more or less. But anyway, essentially, I think it's really it's really fascinating to explore it through a side of hey, maybe she doesn't entirely mind that her child yes, she is grieving that her child is dead, but not for the sole reason that oh, my child is dead. It's because she doesn't have that additional attention anymore, which is why she's so hell-bent on ensuring that her husband remains with her and attentive to her. And that is why, everything kind of just builds up to this point of this woman bringing, ensuring that he remain. She literally bolts a wheel to her husband's leg to make sure that he, to force him to stay around her.
I think, because on the first level, you've got grief.
Yes.
There's
on
also
the second level, you have pain, and third, despair.
Well, no. I'm not talking about the subtitles, which aren't. There's not necessarily correlation between act breaks and subject matter. It's just Lars von Trier being Lars von Trier.
Totally. It's not totally arbitrary, but they're pretty arbitrary chapter splits, honestly.
Kind of. But you have the grief, you have the guilt, but I think at the core of this movie is self-loathing.
Self-loathing accompanied by narcissism, or contrasted by narcissism, and how they go hand in hand.
there's this whole aspect that we haven't covered so far about witches and about women deserving death, and you know how some people have like parent issues and or whatever issues. Lars has got some lady issues that he has to work through.
He does, which I think the way he works through them is kind of fascinating, honestly.
I was going to say inelegant.
But inelegant, but is it not really fascinating to watch the way he works through them most of the time?
I think that the way they develop in this particular film are, like I said, inelegant, clumsy, to the point where giant Freudian symbols at the end of the film, destruction of the phallus, destruction of the other phallus. There's women at the end of the movie, which may or may not be a witch's coven, I'm not sure. It's messy, to say the least, and I don't know if this was super well thought out, but I'm not going to give this movie a hard time because it's not linear. Once they get into the woods, shit gets kind of hazy.
But it's arguably still a linear narrative.
Like linear in the sense of time, probably, but probably not in terms of perception, because it goes from being relatively naturalistic to out there.
Well, it's essentially all. I mean, like it can be argued that the entirety of Eden is essentially like her perception of Eden, even when we have him alone.
Right. I mean, accusations of misogyny have dogged Lars von Trier for his whole career.
The thing is, like, see, this movie, I don't think is misogynistic.
I could see how it can be misconstrued.
Yes, I can see the arguments for it.
And I would probably tend to believe some of it because it's. I mean, from an acting point of view, in terms of performance and parts, Lars von Trier gives these amazing roles for these actresses. Your Emily Watsons and your Charlotte Gainsbourgs and your Bjorks.
And Kristen Dunst.
Kristen Dunst, that's true. But they're all punching bags. They get slaughtered and defeated by life in various ways.
I don't think they're all punching bags, though. Some of them are.
It'd be worrying if it weren't such a trend.
To a certain extent, I think a lot of the women are. Like, but at the same,
here's the thing. That's part of the frustration and interest, I guess, of Lars von Trier is that it's such a fine line to walk. It is such a tough road to hoe.
But at the same time, I feel like just like when people just declare his films misogynistic on like off the ball, like the second they watch them, I feel like it's such a cop out from actually having a legitimate discussion about these, like the film's gender politics and the way he writes these women, not necessarily all who have like after being punching bags, some of them end up in positive roles, some of them end up in negative situations. And like there's a really interesting not an essay, it's a conversation essay, I guess, on Film Quarterly about Antichrist with Rob White and Nina Power. Here it is. The brutalization and death often await von Trier's female protagonists. There is a world of difference between, on the one hand, the heartbroken innocence in Breaking the Waves and Dancer in the Dark, and on the other hand, the resourceful avenging women in Dogville and Antichrist. She is akin to Grace at the end of Dogville, who says, "I want to make this world a little better," and then has gangster henchmen put the town to the sword. And like, yes, that's fascinating to me to think about. It is very interesting to look at her, I guess, she. As akin to Dogville's Grace, because like it goes into this further discussion about like how she gazes at the camera in the prologue and how she just, everywhere else there are smudged faces, but she never backs down from like what she's doing.
This is where I feel like von Trier's, I guess, tendency towards big symbolism is a potential problem, with specific regard to accusations of misogyny.
Go on.
Well, if we take the specific example of this film, you have basically Charlotte Gainsbourg, I don't know if you want to call it taking charge of the dynamic there by basically chaining up Willem Dafoe, crushing his dick, and severing part of her own genitals. Her clitoris. And like the bluntness of the symbolism robs these characters of potential nuance in a way. And I feel like if more care were given to these characters and not so much the symbolism that they or the action that they do represent, accusations would be flung less frequently in that regard.
I don't think his, lack of subtlety or whatever takes away from his narrative or his characters having nuance. I feel like, just look at this, the incredible argument we're having, or not argument, but discussion we're having about these characters. Like, yes, there's bold and even just overt symbolism and visuals, I guess, in this film, but it doesn't take, if anything, it adds to the discussion. I think it makes it all the, not deeper. I don't want to say it makes it all the deeper. I sound so fucking pretentious, but
you've already established that you sound like a pretentious so-and-so
I know,
earlier.
But still, I feel like overt symbolism does not negate nuance in character. I think von Trier's overtness, his lack of subtlety, his always very on the nose existence, really is part of what makes him fascinating as a filmmaker.
Which kind of leads me to ask, are we talking about this because it's this movie, or are we talking about this because it's Lars von Trier? Oh, there goes Lars again, fucking doing his thing.
The thing is, can we actually split both of them? Is there any way to...
Yeah, I guess you can't really.
Exactly. If someone else had made this movie, do I think it would have been the same movie? God, no. Absolutely not. I don't think anyone else could have ever made this movie. And that's why they go hand in hand.
Alejandro Jodorowsky would have made this movie, but it would have been very different.
No shit.
It would have been, first of all, it would have been a lot brighter. He favors big colors and big symbols too, but he favors so many big symbols that becomes the text. You think something like the Holy Mountain, which is just overt symbolism.
Yeah, pretty much.
From end to end.
It absolutely is. Yeah.
Then that becomes the text.
But why can't it be both? Why can't it be both overt symbolism and sly discussion, sly pseudo-intellectual discussion inside of a movie?
Because it's not sly. Alejandro Jodorowsky wants to enlighten you. Lars von Trier wants to push your buttons.
I don't think he wants to just push your buttons.
I think that's the core difference.
I don't think he just wants to push your buttons.
Maybe he doesn't all the time, but if it happens, I'm sure he tells himself, I think I did a good job.
I don't think he minds the fact that he's pushing people's buttons. I think it goes hand in hand. Whatever. This is just us going back and forth at this point with the same thing. I think something else that's really cool to talk about from the essay, because a lot of the movie has these discussions about the female being evil, or
source of all sin.
Yeah, and nature is Satan's church, and nature is obviously associated with femininity and Mother Nature, and et cetera, et cetera. Which is what?
No, witches,
Oh, witches. Oh, yeah. Witches. Yeah. Witches.
Jesus Christ, Juan.
I'm sorry. I'm which is what, Derek? Which is fucking what? But there's this one quote that I fucking love. That is, there's darkness under cover of beauty. There is murk in the midst of hygiene. The roots of the plant dirtying the water in the tidy hospital. The bloody crow in the quiet of the foxhole. If she can change semen into blood, albeit with the help of a handy block of wood, does this mean that
transubstantiation.
Thank you. God knows I was going to stumble over that word. Is Pace Catholicism far more common than we think? After all, sexual organs with the power to bleed are hardly, quote-unquote, unnatural for half of humanity, or at least we're not supposed to think it's odd. Cis men are typically afraid of cis women because of the fact that they bleed out of their sexual organ for X amount of time every month. And I think like, it's so interesting to me to see this essentially forced upon a man in this film, like quite literally forced upon a man, and him not being able to cope with this event happening.
Here's the thing. I don't mind bleeding genitals. I just don't like crushed balls and severed clits in my movies. There is a difference.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not saying you have to like it. I think it's a very interesting thing.
No, it's
inside
like
the film.
It's an interesting conceptual image. That's the thing. This whole thing was an interesting conceptual image, and that ain't enough.
It is enough for me, I think. I don't think it's just an interesting conceptual image. I think a lot of the concept come to light when you experience the film.
So, yeah, I mean, I think we're about half an hour in, so I think it's about time for final judgments.
Oh, I guess.
So, Juan, fresh or rotten on Antichrist?
Fresh. It remains fresh to this day. I don't think I will ever watch this movie and think, no, I don't like it. I also kind of love that the film is dedicated to Tarkovsky.
Andrei Tarkovsky, that's true. Another man who used nature, the elements in his films.
It's very fitting, I think. But anyway, yeah, it's always going to be fresh for me. You know, I fucking love this movie.
In true Lars von Trier's fashion, that dedication feels perverse. Everything in his movies feel perverse. But I am not going to give, and this is going to be a stuck in the middle with you first. I'm going to abstain. No fresh, no rotten for me because I didn't finish the film. But
okay, in fairness, would you recommend this?
I would recommend watching right up until the woodblocks come out.
Okay.
When you see Willem Dafoe in his shed, and Charlotte Gainsbourg comes in angry and takes off her clothes, stop the movie. You don't have to go any further.
But you should, because you should experience films.
Says this guy.
Yeah, whatever. So
yeah, but I will say that there's a lot of striking imagery in this film, but a lot of it is very ponderous and perverse.
Yeah, whatever. Nobody cares.
Why are you so dismissive of my opinion?
Only this time, because I wholeheartedly disagree, and because...
I'd invite you to go back and listen to every other podcast.
We agree sometimes.
Sometimes.
I'm only dismissive of you when you don't agree with me.
Jesus. Moving on
I'm such a dick.
To the next order of business, which is recommendations.
I'll let you go first because that's the order, right?
That is correct. Your recommendation.
Yeah, good.
This is your movie, so it's my recommendation.
Good, because I have no fucking clue what I'm gonna pick yet.
Well, while I'm talking about mine, you should look up yours.
Yeah, that's good. I can ignore you.
You're so mean. You've like crossed the line from entertainingly curmudgeonly to just fucking mean.
I love you.
Jesus Christ. My recommendation for this week is a great crime film from 1985. Stars William Peterson, the dude from CSI, Michael Mann's Manhunter, which is also a great movie, and Willem Dafoe, the dude who plays the dude in this movie. It's a William Friedkin joint called To Live and Die in L.A. It is a great crime film, has one of the great car chases in film history, dare I say. Like Los Angeles looks too saturated, the yellows look too yellow, and the reds look too red, and it's really cool. Like a quintessential 80s crime film. This is William Peterson before Manhunter, just came out a year before, but it's still him working in that sort of reserved, intense, I'm gonna fuck shit up mode, and Willem Dafoe is just the best in this movie. It's scored by Wang Chung.
No way.
Yeah, it's scored by Wang Chung. Is
it really?
Yeah.
Like, literally, that's all you had to say to get me to want to watch this movie more.
And it's also shot by, the reason it looks so damn good is because it was lensed by Wim Wenders' collaborator, Robbie Mueller.
Yup.
So, yeah, To Live and Die in L.A. Get on that. It is great.
I could have chosen any one of Lars von Trier's movies, any one of Charlotte Gainsbourg's movies with Lars von Trier.
What's your favorite?
Not...
Your favorite LVT movie, just so people know.
Fuck, that's hard. I can't. Melancholia, honestly.
I'm gonna go with Dancer in the not Dancer in the
Breaking the Waves.
Breaking the Waves. Thank you. Dancer in the Dark is like second or third.
Dancer is second. Yeah. Antichrist is third.
But I'm gonna go with Breaking the Waves.
No, that's not true. Yeah, no, I'm going with Melancholia. Melancholia hit me on a very, very, very deep level. I spent the second time I saw that movie literally in my tub the entire time crying over it.
But that's not any of the movies that you're recommending. Is that correct?
No, I'm going to pick a film with Charlotte Gainsbourg, though. It's a relatively modern movie. Almost 10 years old now, actually.
Can I guess?
Yeah, sure.
Is it The Science of Sleep?
How the fuck did you guess?
Yeah!
Yeah, it's Michel Gondry's The Science of Sleep. I think it's a very underrated movie because
it's really sweet. It's a very sweet film.
It's not just sweet; it's also very sad.
So bittersweet.
Yeah, very much bittersweet.
This is actually, I think, my third favorite Gondry because the first one being Eternal Sunshine, which I think is everyone's first one.
It's his most popular, without a doubt.
And I really like Be Kind Rewind. I think I may like it more than most.
I need to rewatch Be Kind Rewind because I saw it when it came out, and I was fine with it.
Fun. That's a really fun movie.
But I think Science of Sleep is so fucking underrated. Like
it's really good. I like it.
Yeah, it basically came it was his first feature right after Eternal Sunshine, not including Block Party, which I think is a magnificent music documentary.
That's right. I forgot he did that.
Yeah, no, Dave Chappelle's Block Party is magnificent. It's super underrated too. I really like Michel Gondry's 2000s period.
Also, his music. While we're praising Michel Gondry, let's praise his music video work.
Absolutely, definitely so.
Everyone, go back and watch "I Fell in Love with a Girl" by the White Stripes. The video for that, and that's
perfect.
That's like 90 seconds long, and it's like the greatest thing in the world.
Watch all his Bjork stuff.
Also, I'm going to say this one specifically because I don't think anyone our age listens to these guys. Go listen to the music video for Remedy by the Black Crowes. That shit is really good.
But anyway, The Science of Sleep is a really beautiful movie to me. And it's Gal Garcia Bernal, who I've been in love with for a very, very long time. Woohoo! So Derek, tell me, what is my movie to watch in the upcoming weeks? Well,
our movie to watch, because I got to watch this movie too.
That's right.
Because I haven't seen this one. Because this particular movie I haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to... you don't know what it is. I didn't tell you. But I'm going to give you some clues.
Oh, my.
All right. It's a movie released in 1972.
1972? Oh, my. What a year.
Yes. Famed Canadian actor Gordon Pinsent is in it. He's not first billed.
Gordon Pinsent.
That's right. Canadians listening will know who the hell I'm talking about.
I totally know. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure I know what movie it is, actually.
And it also has an incredibly funky score by the great Gene Page.
And does it star William Marshall?
Yes, fuckers, we're doing Blackula.
I can't believe we're doing Black. I'm so excited.
Hell yes.
This is the first time I think I've genuinely been excited for a movie you've picked that I didn't know about.
This is going to be really fun, I think.
Oh, I hope this is going to be fun. It's Blackula. That has so much potential for discussion.
Yes.
And fun.
Juan and I run a website. It's a film criticism website. It's called Dim the House Lights. You can find it at dimthehouselights.com. That's where all of our long-form film criticism goes. We share the writing space with 3 other writers, Michelle Arf, Chris Mello, and Ross Burks. Starting next week, we're going to have our first full-on collaborative feature on Dim the House Lights. We're going to watch a bunch of movies from the same year, randomly selected from movies that we haven't seen yet. And we're calling it the 1989 Tournament of Films. And we invite you to come along and read along. It's going to last about 3 weeks, and it's going to be really fun. If you're interested in this podcast specifically, you can check out our podcast's website, which is sitmwypodcast.tumblr.com. There you can find links to our iTunes page, you can find links to our RSS feed, and you can find links to the Twitter accounts and Letterboxd accounts of both Juan and myself. Juan is on both of those websites as Whoa, It's Juanito. That's WOAH, It's Juanito altogether. And I'm at both websites as Derek_G. If you're interested, you can go to our iTunes page, leave us a review, give us a rating, give us some feedback, give us some information that we can use to make the show better. I think that's about it, eh?
Sounds about right, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and see you in 2 weeks.
Peace out, yo.